Here with George Kambosos, the new lightweight champion of the world. For many, George, you are not only the lightweight champion of the world, but the lineal champion. And even though there's another belt out there, you're the undisputed champion. First of all, congratulations. What a fight. How do you feel now, almost a week after you were able, to beat Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be on. I feel great. I trained this morning, and that's how
Really?
The kind of fighter I am, the warrior I am. But it was a great win, great battle. And I know the fans loved it. The boxing world, really stood up for the fight, and boxing deserved it. They really deserved this fight, and to show what we did on that night.
Much more do you appreciate the fact that you had to wait so long with the fight being postponed, a couple of times, and then being able, to come to the United States, to go to Madison Square Garden and pull this upset, which a lot of people think it's the upset of the year. You probably don't think so, but most people do.
It's a good feeling because, regardless of everything and how long it took to make and the postponements and delays, I kept my tunnel vision. I stayed focused, and I knew that I would win this fight. I knew that the whole world didn't think I'd do it, but I believed. I believe in myself, and I showed it to the world. Not only in that first round when I put him down, but the way I boxed. The ring IQ I used, the speed, the combination punching, the explosive power, everything I brought to the table, the adversity I had to go through with the cut, with the knockdown. It really was not only the upset of the year, but I think it was probably the performance of the year, fight of the year. There were so many accolades, but I'm excited for what's next. I'm excited to continue putting in the work, and that's why I was in the gym this morning, and I keep getting better and better, because as good as I was on Saturday, I feel there's only 15-20% of what I have. There's so much more to go.
Well, we'll talk about what's coming up next for you here in a minute, but take me through the fight. First of all, what was your mentality going in? What were you expecting? And did it develop the way you foresaw, the way you pictured it in your mind?
Yeah, it really did. I had that vision of knocking him down real early, getting his respect straight away. And, I had that vision of a dogfight, a fight where you have to, grind for every inch. And that's what I did. I was prepared to die in that ring. I was all in that fight. And no matter what adversity I was going to face, I was going to get up and rise no matter what, round by round, and continue winning, continue, banking the rounds, busting him up. And that's what I did round by round. Obviously, I got caught in round 10, which was my mistake. It was a silly mistake, but, it's part of the story. It makes the fight even better.
Yes, absolutely. How hurt were you in the 10th round? And also, what did you think after you dropped them in the first round? Did you think that you could end it quickly?
Yeah, look, that round 10, I wasn't hurt. It was seriously hurt. I was angry at myself because I was boxing a perfect fight, sticking to the game plan. Then I got a little bit too excited. I lost my composure. The fans were going crazy. I knew that, it was a great war. And I thought I could finish him off at that stage because obviously he felt the power in round 1 and the shots were busting him up. I was landing the beautiful shots. That there at a minute 45 to be put down in round 10, he finishes any lightweight in the world, but not Kambosos. I come back. I hold my ground, and I finish that round strong. But not only did I finish that round strong, I come back in round 11 and 12 and absolutely, put a beating on him, destroy him, bust him up. That there is a trait of a great fighter, a fighter that is ready to do whatever he has to do, that championship mentality. And it was great. It made for the fight, the way the story went, and especially from that first round when I put him down. That was the whole part of the game plan. Get his respect real early, because I knew that after that, the fight would change dramatically.
And it seemed that you had that plan and you frustrated Teofimo during the entire fight, because it seemed like he couldn't get a rhythm going. It was 1-2 punches and then trying once again to go for the same thing. What were you able to do to frustrate him?
Look, I said it in the lead up. I said it many times that he's basic. He's a 1-1-2 kind of guy. And I knew what I bring to the table, my speed and explosive power and my footwork and ring IQ and the way I time distance and my precision and timing. It's too much for him. I knew it. And because I hadn't showed certain traits of that in other fights, You know, I had that all in the bank. I had that ready. And there's other things that I didn't get to show on the night because of the way the fight went. But like I said, this is only 15, 20% of Kambosos. There's so much more to go. And, we dissected him. We picked him apart. We had a great game plan. And we had multiple game plans. If the first one didn't work, okay, we go to the second one. If the second one doesn't work, let's go to the third one. And we just, round by round, broke him apart and won the fight.
Well, it seemed like you had a plan. It didn't seem like he didn't have a plan B, or his corner didn't have a plan B. And then after the fight, while you're being interviewed, he comes over and he says that he won the fight 10-2, which nobody really thought that was the case. You handled it very graciously, and you even said, you know what, we can do it again. Do you think there's a possibility of you stepping into the ring with him once again?
Yeah, I believe so, but I don't think they want it. I'm hearing that they want nothing to do with this fight again, and I can't blame them. Look at the fight, but I can't be angry at him for coming in and taking control of my interview. The time where I just became undisputed champion of the world. He's a young kid. He'll learn from it. He lost a lot of fans from it, but don't hold that against him. He'll come back. Hopefully he does come back. And we'll see if he comes back and gets some good wins again. We definitely can look at that rematch. But for now, there are other big names now that I want to take out on my hit list.
Well, you are in Las Vegas. You're going to be at the Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz fight. Then you're going to be present at the Tank Davis fight against Isaac Cruz. Are you sizing these guys up, or is that what you want to do? Make sure that they know that George Kambosos is there and ready to take on whoever comes.
Yeah, this is just a scouting mission for me, But as a fight fan, I'm looking forward to these fights and being there and watching. But that presence, I know that they can feel the presence of the Emperor, the top dog. He's there ringside. He's watching. He's seeing what they're doing, and while they're fighting, I'll be slowly starting to dissect all of them. And use my skills and my ring IQ, and have that bank ready to go for whenever I step in with one of them, because there will be no tune-up fight. There will be no easy fight, back in Australia. We will fill out 80,000 people in the stadium, but against a big name straight away. I'm not here to take no easy road. I've never have in my career. So if I took an easy road, then I'm not a true warrior. I'm not a true champion.
Well, it seems like everybody wants a piece of you now. You've got all the belts. Everybody wants to come after you. You're going to be the one that's going to call the shots. So your first defense, is it going to be in Australia?
Yes, 110%. It's going to be in Australia. That is something I've earned. That is something that I am put in the hard work here overseas. My last 3 fights in the backyards of all the champions, and beat them against all odds. So now it's time that I get my homecoming, but against a big name. So yes, that already is what we are looking at doing. 80,000 people in a stadium in Melbourne or Sydney. You can't get any bigger. You will not do anywhere near them numbers here in the US at this stage. So we take it back there. We do the big numbers. We continue our reign as champion, and then we come back to the beautiful, mecca of boxing here in the US, and take whoever else is next.
Now, you mentioned the big names. Does this mean that the next guy you will fight will be a guy with a belt, or can it be someone who is, the top 3, 4 in the division, but that doesn't have a belt?
No, look, when I say the big names, who are the big names? We've got Haney, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko, Lopez. They are the big names. Now, they all got jobs to do, obviously, except for Lopez, because we had our fight. And Ryan Garcia needs to get busy. He needs to do something. But again, he's still in the mix as well. They all got jobs to do. They need to fight. They need to impress. They need to show me, because I'm in the driver's seat, the excitement and what I know that can be a fan-friendly fight. So, look, it will be any one of them. I'm telling you now, there will be no easy tune-up fight. No one inside the top 3 or 4. It will be the guys who are the champions that have a certain, second-tier belt, or a guy that's been there before, a former champion that has a huge name. So we're here for the big names.
Well, you also trained with a very big name. In 2017, you became Manny Pacquiao's sparring partner. What did you learn from Manny, and how many times, how many camps did you go in and help Manny? And what was it that you kept learning time after time after time?
Look, we done 3 world title campaigns with Manny Pacquiao, 250 rounds, and just the one percenters. To be there in that stage of my career where I was about to get to the big fights, the 12-round fights, I got to do them 12-round campaigns and just see how a legend of the sport prepares. That there shaped me, but also shaped me to see how he is with the people, with the fans, with the media. Um, you don't get that very often, where you get to literally do your apprenticeship under an absolute all-time great. So absolute honor to be a part of it. And obviously everyone saw his tweet, So it was great. It was a very, very good time of my career, and I look forward to catching up with him real soon.
Well, you're of Greek background, and you've got tattooed on your body, no surrender, no retreat, no surrender.
Yeah.
And you were able to fight in Greece once. What does that mean for you to be able, to show people your Greek background, to able to go back there? And do you think that maybe one day you'll have a championship fight there?
Yeah, look, it was very important when I fought there back in 2019, to go back to my homeland, to the roots where my blood is. Definitely, we will look to do something big there as well. Eventually, you got the beautiful Olympic Stadium, again, another stadium that holds 80,000 people. So that is definitely a possibility and something that we will do in the future. But to have that pride from the Greek people, and they're still celebrating. The Australians, the Greeks, raise that flag so high for them, and they are really, really behind this. And this is not only my undisputed championship, but it's theirs as well. They take a lot of pride in this, and we will continue, leading the way.
Well, you're 20-0, 10 knockouts. It's something that maybe it creeped on a lot of people, but you've worked hard for it. You've known that this is something that you needed to work on, and a lot of people thought that it might not be an easy fight for Teofimo Lopez, and it turned out to be that way. But like you mentioned, you're still training now, just a few days after the fight. What makes you different from all the other champs right now?
That right there, that relentless grind, just won all the belts, the pinnacle of the sport. You can't do any more in boxing when it comes to winning these belts. I got them all. But that relentless grind, that hunger that I have is what is different. It's been 2, 3 days, 4 days, but I'm still in the gym, putting in the work. So that's the difference there. Cut from a different cloth. And the hunger that I have, like I said, this is 15, 20% of what they've seen of Kambosos. There is so much more to go. And they say when you win your first world title, you get about 30% better. But I just won 5 of them. So they can expect 150% a better Kambosos in my next fight.
What has changed in your life from the moment that your hand was raised and you were declared the winner? Because I believe, it's been a whirlwind, and things definitely have to be different.
Yeah, look, obviously a lot more media, a lot more exposure. Here, just to walk to my room, at MGM Grand, I'm getting stopped non-stop for photos and signatures and signing stuff. But, I don't change. I stay the way. You look at an interview before the fight and now, I remain the same. I'm as real as it comes. And with or without the belts, with or without all this new success, and whatever else is to come, I stay the same person. And, these belts will not make or break me. I just move on and keep getting better and better as a fighter. And, as a true warrior, perfect my craft and keep sharpening my blade.
Well, when was that moment that after the fight, whether it was after the fight, a day that, the day after when you woke up, or when was it that it really dawned on you? I am
It
the
hasn't.
undisputed champion of the
No,
world.
it hasn't. And it won't. It won't, because I've had this in my mind for a very long time. I've manifested it for a very long time, and I was already champion. You need to act and be champion in your head before you actually get it. So I've had this for a very long time. I knew it was coming no matter what, and it won't sink in, because it's been there already. I had these belts many years ago already.
Well, give me one particular moment in the last few days that when something happened to you, you said, "Oh my God." So this is what it's like to be at the very top.
Look, there's been a few moments, but one cool moment just then, which it kind of just like, this is cool. I was signing a glove for a fan, and he goes, put all the belts on there, write the names. So I literally put them all down there. IBF, WBC franchise, WBO, WBA, Ring Magazine. So that was pretty cool to write them all down. But it's been crazy. I'm getting all these different celebrities, the Jake Pauls, FaceTime with him, the Joe Rogans, the obviously the Manny Pacquiao's, all these guys reaching out and showing the support. And, it's cool, man. But again, I don't lose my focus. I keep that tunnel vision. That's why I was in the gym this morning, perfecting my craft.
Uh, when you go back to Australia, what do you expect that to be like?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy as well, but it's always been crazy for me in Australia. I've always had a lot of, media, certain media, but a lot of respect from the fans. I've had always people asking for photos and things. So obviously going to be on a whole new scale now, a lot bigger than it's ever been. And they are expecting about 10,000 people at the airport, which is going to be, quite crazy, but part of the game. I just achieved something that no Australian fighter has ever achieved. Bringing 5 world title belts back home. It is huge for the whole of Australia.
When will you be going back to Australia?
I'll be flying back to Australia Tuesday night here. So I've got a few more big commitments. One of them is huge, but everyone will find out real soon. And then, yeah, I'll fly back home Tuesday night from here. I think we land Wednesday morning with a time difference, Wednesday morning or Thursday morning. So, it'll be an exciting time to get back home and just to see my kids. That's the most important thing.
You've sacrificed a lot,
Yeah.
and you've had to travel far to be able to reach, the stage where you are now. Now it's time for other people to travel far and be able, to have their dreams, realized, if that is what it comes to.
Yeah.
But with what we're going through in the world now, with the pandemic, a new variant coming out recently, a few fights have just been canceled, like the fights in Japan, because of the new variant. Do you expect, something like this to maybe put a little wrinkle in your plans for the future, as to maybe people coming over to Australia, and having to fight there? Or do you think that you might have to come back to the United States?
Yeah, look, we just take it day by day. The one thing about me is I'm not worried to fight anyone, anytime, any place, anywhere. So for me, if we come back here and defend all the belts here, no problem. It is what it is. But we take it day by day. The most important thing is I keep that tunnel vision, and if it goes that way, then yeah, we'll focus on whatever we have, at that moment.
So George Kambosos is looking for an opponent. Uh, what type of opponent do you think is the one that best suits you going forward?
All of them, any opponent, but the big names, the guys that hold that big value as well. With what they've done in their career, and especially what they do over the next few weeks. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see action. I like action. So these guys, if they bring the action, then their brownie points goes up, and I might choose them. So it's a good position I'm in, and I'm in the driver's seat.
How soon can we expect you back in the ring defending the titles?
I told Eddie Hearn that if there was a pullout tomorrow in the main event, just bring out the big checkbook and I'll fight. I'll put on the same shorts I had for the Lopez fight with full of blood on them. But look, we're looking at probably April, May. Things have got to line up perfectly with obviously the fight being in Australia. Let the body heal properly, even that I'm in training. Let the body heal nice, and yeah, we're ready to go and shock the world and keep winning. This reign will be a long one. This ain't no short-lived reign.
Well, you've definitely shocked a lot of people. You've made a lot of people smile at the same time, and get boxing back to where people want boxing to be once again.
Yes.
So congratulations. Incredible fight. Fight of the year for a lot of people. We'll find out soon if that is the case.
Hoping, yeah.
And, hopefully we'll have you back. And, great to have you here with me. You're a great individual. And congratulations once again. And now it's time to go and celebrate, back home.
I really appreciate it, and all the support around the world is, I love it, and thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much, George.
Thank you. Thanks for